There were so many memorable moments at the Oscars earlier this month. One of the highlights was a win in the category of Best Costume Design. Paul Tazewell took home the award for his work on Wicked. He has been celebrated for his extensive work on Broadway, particularly Tony-winning work for the costume design on Hamilton. He spoke at the Oscars about the history of winning this award.
I'm the first black man to receive the Costume Design Award. My Ozian muses, Cynthia and Ariana, I love you so much. All the other cast, thank you for trusting me with bringing your characters to life. This is everything.
Okay, so let's add a layer to this story. Interesting enough on its own, but if you were watching on Oscar night, you may have seen that moment, our Spectrum News national anchor, Sharon Tazewell, giving Paul a big hug when his name was called. Sharon's late husband was Paul's brother. She was with Paul through the big Oscar week. We've been waiting to get both of them back in New York and into the studio early to talk about the big Hollywood moment. Good to have you here.
So great to be here.
Thanks, Pat.
Congratulations, Paul. Take us back to Oscar night, because you've seen it on TV 100 times, but there's nothing like being there.
Well, I mean, it's always exciting to see it replayed. I mean, I'm replaying it in my head all the time.
Yes.
As you said, I had Sharon there by my side as my family representative. Yeah. The last time I was nominated, I actually had my mother with me, but this time I had the privilege of having Sharon by my side. And friends that were in the house as well. But as you can see, it throws your spirit out of your body. I mean, the adrenaline rush that you get, especially on that evening where everybody stood up, and to realize, for me, to realize that I was making history, and I wanted to keep all the words in my head and just represent what I do and everyone that had a part in creating the costumes. It was just really a special moment.
Are you okay if I pick up the award?
Absolutely, yeah.
He's heavy.
He's heavy.
You called it. You've been working on it.
Yeah.
Oscar is a permanent part of the family. We're very proud of him.
Sharon, we all see the glitz and the glamour.
Yes.
Take us back to the days before, the hours before, the red carpet.
We need a longer segment. It really was phenomenal and almost surreal, starting Friday night, really, and then going into all day Saturday and Sunday, and the whole day is almost like a blur, to be honest with you. But that moment, we knew Paul was going to win.
Well,
of course,
I didn't know that
there's always that moment that you're like, maybe not. And we even did the practice. Let's practice if you don't win face, And he's like, oh, I've got that. And I was like, I don't. I need to practice that.
Yeah.
But, when they said his name, Wicked Paul Tazewell, there was that moment of almost just dead silence. We heard absolutely nothing. You saw this, but you heard nothing. Right. And I looked at Paul and I said, you won.
I know that.
It was almost like he had to hear it again. And his face, it was almost like his smile. It was a smile, almost cry smile expression.
Right.
And when I hugged him, it was almost like you could feel our entire family's emotions just going into our bodies. It was just such a beautiful moment for all of us.
Right.
And to see him get on that stage, and when he said, I am the first black man, and everyone stood up, it's almost like you could hear and feel the entire world standing up and applauding with Paul. He's so deserving of this.
And you were telling me that gold statue in your hand is the ticket to every after party.
Yes, this gets you into a lot of doors, definitely.
This was kind of a unique New York City convergence where the strength of your Broadway work matched with this film was the opportunity to win over the Oscar voters.
It's a huge privilege to have designed, have the career that I have had, designing Hamilton, then moving on to West Side Story with Steven Spielberg, and now being asked to design Wicked, 2 films for Wicked. It's just a wonderful culmination of everything that I've done over the years. I mean, I've been working for over 3 decades. 3 decades. It was like how many?
Exactly, right.
But does it lead to more film work, or is your heart still on Broadway?
My heart is still in both. really. I mean, it's, Broadway will always be there, and I will always have a family there and a way of creating with that family. But now with more work in film, I'm working on my second film with Steven Spielberg. So that's, I'm very grateful for that. And I just hope that that continues. So, being able to operate in both scenarios, that's really, really wonderful.
Sharon, favorite moment from before, after?
Oh, we have so many, but we always joke about, I was supposed to be that calming force for him, right? Sitting next to him. And we were told he was number 4. That was the 4th category. So after the second one, I said, oh my God. And Paul says to me, Sharon, stop.
So I was trying to keep my words in my head.
And so I realized, oh, wait a minute, I need to just calm down. I said, okay, breathe. He said, who? You or me? I was like, both of us, we're good. Let's just breathe. And we were totally fine, but it was just that moment where it kind of almost lightened the mood a little bit, maybe.
Definitely.
But it's like, just breathe.
Yeah, and I knew that my family, all of our family was, in North Carolina, all watching.
Big watch party.
Yeah, right, definitely. So, it was just great to have that love and support of Sharon, by my side. Definitely.
It was such an honor.
Have you found a home for the trophy in your place?
Not the special shelf yet. It hasn't been built yet, but it's definitely it's sitting in the middle of my living room usually when I'm not showing it off, and I have a beeline view of this wonderful statue that it's representative of all the work that I've done, really.
Well, more great things ahead for you. Sharon, you're back to the reality of Spectrum News Plus.
Yes, I am back to the reality.
Yeah.
I love what I do, and it was wonderful actually being there too with Paul, because, seeing the grandiose scale of how they put on that production was amazing, and all the amazing talents in that room. And again, he was the star. So honored and so proud of Paul.
Thank you for sharing the story with us today.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Again, congratulations to Paul. Congratulations to Sharon for being there with it. Good to have you both in this morning. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest news and weather updates every 10 minutes and more. We'll see you then.